The living God once more. Today I want to share with you about the grace and the mercy of God. The grace and the mercy of God. The grace of God is not the same as the mercy of God. And what the grace of God can do is not the same thing that the mercy of God can do. Many believers, many average believers know the grace of God, but they don't know the mercy of God. In fact, some of the believers think that the mercy of God is meant for sinners. So you will find them thinking that when someone needs mercy, it means they have sinned. No, the mercy of God does not mean necessarily you have sinned. The grace of God, the primary purpose for the grace of God is to save you. That's why Paul said, I was saved by the grace of God. You cannot say that I was saved by the mercy of God. The thing that can make you that can make you be saved, that can make you receive the life of Christ, is the grace of God. You cannot be saved by the mercy of God. What saves you or what makes you being born again is the grace of God, but not His mercy. So there are some things that the grace of God cannot do for you. You need the mercy of God. The primary purpose for the grace of God is to save you. But the moment you are saved, what you need is the mercy of God. And I don't mean that you should not need the grace of God. No. But the primary purpose for the grace of God is to save you. After that, you need the mercy of God. Because there are some things that you cannot get, that the grace of God cannot give you, unless you know the mercy of God. The Bible says, God show mercy to us who want to know Him more. Meaning that the mercy of God is not only for sinners, but for those who want to know Him more. For example, there are some things that we in ourselves don't have the strength to do it, but we find ourselves we have done it. Even people don't understand what